Still a great look and great strength and mental fortitude being shown by Tito Ortiz.
Chuck looks like he's doing something a little bit different. He's lowered his stance a little.
He's back now to giving a little ground and trying to draw Tito in.
That inside leg kick is also a big part of Tito's strategy here. You see him going to it over and over again.
Tito with a smile on his
right
face.
hand
And
by
Tito
Tito.
Ortiz counters. Tito's starting to have fun. Starting to look like the Tito of old.
Inside leg kick, but he hit the knee. He might have hurt his foot there.
Can he
like
start
he did.
breaking down this, what seems to be, Randy, undeniable confidence of Chuck the Iceman Liddell?
I don't think it was his foot. I think he's got a huge knot on his shin now where he hit that low leg
Oh,
kick.
good kick by Liddell, the answer.
Chuck definitely slowing down just a
yeah.
little bit.
Yeah, you can see that knot.
At what point, Randy, and you are very similar to Tito and you're waiting for your opportunity many times to go to the ground of the fight, at what point do you sense your opponent starting to weakening in his cardio and do you go for the big shot?
It's a feeling. When a guy's aggressive, has conditioning, has confidence, he's coming to you, as Chuck did a lot in the second round. And now you see Chuck waiting a little more, and that's going to start in Tito's mind to play like, oh, okay, he's slowing down. Now I can turn it on. Now I can step into that pocket and be a little safer, you know, not be as risky about getting
Good
knocked
leg
out.
kick by Tito right there, and good body shot by Liddell. Nice left hook to the body. And then, ooh, a right hand to the body.
Chuck really hangs those hands low, man. Oh,
And
another
one.
shot,
Wow,
same
he dropped
spot.
down to his knee for that one.
Oh, see, he faked the shot to the midsection and tried to knock him out with one punch.
The high crotch again by
nice.
Tito. The high crotch again by Tito. This time he didn't get in deep enough around the leg.
Tito's cut open again.
That is a dandy gash on Tito's left eye.
Chuck trying to
Got to
come
use
over
his
the
feet
top.
and create some distance here. Chuck's long enough to reach him from there.
Waited for the up kick. Chuck will be happy to stand up. Great job done a moment ago by Liddell, though. Body shot, faked the body shot, tried to come over the top.
Tito is definitely making a fight out of this. It looked real bad for him in that first round when he got hurt, but he's still hanging in there in the third round.
Physically, mentally, knowing what we all knew about Tito and his preparation into this fight, Joe, does it surprise you he's making a fight out of it?
You know, I thought it could have been over in that first round. That first round looked real bad, but, you know, it doesn't surprise me because I know Tito's conditioning is second to none. His work ethic is second to none. And like we said, he's been training up at Big Bear at altitude for almost 10 months now. He's in phenomenal condition.
He's a survivor in the worst positions. I had him mounted in the fourth round of our fight. Barrage of punches, and that same defense keeps his forearms tight over his head and manages to survive and recover.
Caught with a jab and then with a right. 1:45 remains in the third.
Chuck using the long jab, trying to get a reaction. Nice uppercut, lead
Right
uppercut.
hand. Tito
Tries to answer. Chuck comes around the top. Chuck looking to close it out. Tito back down. Tito gonna cover.
Still a minute to go.
Lots of time here. Tito survived in a similar position in round one.
Oh, he rolled a leg over. He's in
Can
a
he
bad spot.
survive
This could be
here?
it.
He's got to move
Liddell
here.
trying to finish Tito Ortiz.
He's not hurting him. He's hitting his arms mostly. He's not hurting him here, but Tito has to move.
And it is all over. Chuck Liddell remains the light heavyweight champion.
Wow.
The Iceman beats the Huntington Beach bad boy again.
Tito's firing back, throwing some punches, but that could have been his downfall because in those exchanges, that's where Chuck landed. That uppercut hurt him badly. Another uppercut there. Here it is again from another angle. It's the exchanges. That vicious power that Chuck has and the confidence he has to throw it just overcame Tito.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Mario Yamasaki has called a stop to this contest at 3 minutes, 59 seconds of the third round. For the winner by TKO and still the UFC field, the Iceman, Chuck Liddell.
Chip, are you ready? Are you ready? Let's get on!
And here we go! Fight is scheduled for 5-minute rounds. Chuck hasn't used his kicks in a while.
Noticing right away, Chuck's using a lot more footwork with Rampage than he normally does. And that's an indication that he does have some respect for Rampage. This is a lot more like how he fought me the second and third time. He's on his bike, he's gonna make Rampage chase him.
Rampage not afraid to exchange with anyone, not afraid to get in and get nasty with Chuck Liddell.
Chuck has a very interesting style as a powerful striker in that he likes to move away. He likes to have guys come after him and then catch them coming in. Boom!
Rampage knockout power in both hands. Liddell, we already knew he has knockout power.
Rampage has to be careful not to follow Chuck, but to try and cut Chuck off. And when he changes directions, he's got to go.
He threw his hands out like, come on, Chuck. Chuck answers with a left hook.
Rampage, extremely entertaining, and all the pre-fight interviews getting set for tonight's main event.
Well, Rampage is always colorful. I love his interviews. You just never know what he's going to say.
He's the funniest guy in MMA. Oh, big right hand by Rampage and a left hook.
Liddell steps away. Chuck looking to engage.
That left hand is really a distraction. He loops it out there to get you to look at it. And the next thing you know, you're eating that right.
He does like to throw that looping left hook, though, and he used it to knock out Kevin Randleman. Left hook to the bottom.
He's hurt! Rampage!
He's done it!
Rampage Jackson is the new light heavyweight champion!
Unbelievable!
Wow, caught him flush and flattened him out, came down on top of him, hammer hands and finishes. Chuck looked like he started to defend himself and he got a good shot and went flat again. And that's when John stepped in.
I'm coming to you next time I place a bet.
Liddell is in disbelief. Rampage is the light heavyweight champion. Chuck just said to John Hackleman, Joe, what happened?
The right hook right on the button.
Hurt badly.
Here he's still defending himself, and then watch, he goes flat right there.
Oh, he was limp. He went limp.
He went flat right there.
Very justified.
Great job by John McCarthy.
Right hand, bang.
Right on the button. He ducks under. Right looping hook. Chuck's down. He's defending himself, trying to get his legs. Watch him go flat right there.
Definitely a justified stoppage. And you know, Quentin Jackson, he has said in the past that he had a terrible camp before. He used to work out with a guy who only had him training with amateurs, but ever since he's been boxing with Juanito and doing his Muay Thai with Chris Riley at Legends, he just looks fantastic. I can't believe this.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Big John McCarthy has called a stop to this contest at 1 minute 53 seconds of the very first round, declaring the winner by knockout, and now the new UFC light heavyweight champion of the world, Quentin Rampage Jackson.
Good strikes early, attempted by Anderson Silva. Attacking from a lot of different angles, as Joe talked about.
One of the beautiful things about this fight is that it's a 5-rounder as well. And I really get to see these guys stretch their game out.
And that's something that Henderson pointed to on frequent occasion, Joe, is that he's been in the 5-round wars where Silva has never seen one in his career, especially here in the UFC. I mean, he hasn't been out of the 2nd round inside the octagon.
That's a very good point, but he is in phenomenal condition.
No question.
And I mean, he's so professional. You know, when I talked to Ed Soares, his manager, about his training regimen, I mean, The guy is just, he's the epitome of a professional.
Good head movement by Silva, trying to set up an attack.
Great leg kick, and Henderson lands a right hand over the top.
And finished with an uppercut. He has that devastating right hand as Dan Henderson.
He's eating some kicks, though. Even
Silva.
blocking these kicks in the arm is very dangerous.
Silva looking for top position.
Henderson drags him down, pulls guard. And that's a testament to the versatility of Dan Henderson. If he can't get to the fight to the ground by a takedown, he'll just pull guard and just have some faith in his ability to control the fight once he gets a hold of your body.
There aren't many skills, if any, that these men don't possess. Middleweight title fight, Henderson and Silva.
This is also the first training camp that Dan Henderson did at Big Bear.
Yep.
Which should be significant as well because he trained at altitude, and so he should have a lot more oxygen to use for this fight. And as Anderson is a very difficult opponent to train for, so is Dan Henderson. Very difficult to find a wrestler with that kind of punching power.
And this Greco clinch.
Yeah, and that's really significant as well, is that he's got the perfect style of wrestling. The Greco-Roman style seems to be the best style to adapt to mixed martial arts. Good right hand by Henderson.
Watch out for the knee, he caught him, and another one. Henderson's in trouble. Henderson slides under. Silva looking to finish. He caught him with a big knee. And
Big
an elbow by Anderson Silva. Silva got his clinch, and he delivered a quick knee, a devastating knee. Anderson Silva now working in Henderson's half guard.
Henderson trying to regroup, trying to control Anderson here. Every time he lets him go, though, every time he loses control of his posture, it's dangerous.
Under 2 minutes remains in the second round. Fight scheduled for 5 5-minute rounds. Middleweight title on the line here tonight, Joe.
Henderson's in half guard right now, but it's a very loose half guard. There's nothing really keeping Anderson Silva's leg in there. Well, now he's got it locked down.
Let's work. Let's work.
Good second round for the UFC champion.
He's got Dan's back here.
A lot of time to work. Oh, trying to work his way up with an elbow is Dan Henderson.
Dan's got to be careful. He's back mounted. He's in deep trouble here.
Silva's got the hooks in, Joe. This is big trouble for Dan Henderson.
If he flattens Dan out, Dan's in real big trouble.
Silva looking.
Body triangle.
To finish Henderson here.
This is real bad because he's squeezing and he restricts Dan's breathing.
This is where we are reminded again that this man is much more than a striker.
Now this is even worse because he flattens him out.
25 seconds remains.
He can submit people from this position alone without even the choke. Dan's
20
in
seconds
deep
remain.
trouble.
Silva trying to finish it. Anderson Silva looking to choke out Henderson.
Dan is in deep trouble. He's tapping.
It's all over.
Wow.
Anderson Silva remains the UFC middleweight champion.
How versatile is that guy? The one guy that we thought would be his biggest challenger, and he doesn't even get out of the second round. Man! Now here's the end of the fight. Dan's in big trouble here. Anderson gets the hooks in, sinks it, flattens him out, starts landing punches, and then when he flips him over and gets that body triangle, that was the beginning of the end. That body triangle constricts the breathing, and Dan's in just deep, deep trouble here. Forced to tap.
Man, he was trying to hold on, just seconds remained.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Herb Dean has called a stop to this contest at 4 minutes, 52 seconds of the second round, declaring the winner by tap out, due to a rear naked choke, and still the UFC middleweight champion of the world, Henderson the Spider
Silva is the best in the world at 185 pounds. The victor and Ed Soros are with Joe Rogan. Round one to Machida. You know, the interesting thing is, I talked earlier about the explosiveness and the quickness of Rashad Evans. This may be the first guy to equal or maybe even surpass the quickness and the speed of Rashad Evans.
Well, he has a lot of quickness and speed, but it's also technique, Mike. And the thing is that he is fighting with kicks. Listen to the chant of Machida. What he does is he throws kicks from the outside, and that's what's making it really hard for Rashad to do any damage and land any blows, because there's just a giant distance gap that he has to close that Machida doesn't. He can land kicks from where he's standing. Rashad cannot land punches from there.
Well, and look at the stance, and we've seen it before, of Lyoto Machida. He engages again and looks for the takedown.
He would have got it if the cage wasn't there, too.
Joe, what? Machida almost leans back at the waist. He gets his legs set, but then he leans back and makes himself even a tougher target. Just the way that head is further back than the rest of the body.
Yeah, he leans back and then he leaps forward, and he's been doing that since he was a baby. So he's awesome at it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's not a normal movement that you see in mixed martial arts. That's why one of the reasons why it's really difficult to find a guy that can imitate this style.
And when he throws the kick, he leans back again, so his head is not a target. Oh, big quick hands,
and
but Rashad fires back.
Machida moves back.
Machida has never lost a round in his UFC career. Rashad looking to change things up with his stance now. Saw that one coming.
What karate tournaments are all about, Mike, especially point fighting tournaments, is leaping in and that first blow. And, you know, that was the old philosophy behind karate, that you could kill a man with one blow, that you wanted one clean shot with all your chi, all your power behind it. Well, that doesn't work when a guy can take you down and push you in the cage and punch in the face. But when you know wrestling and all those other things, as well as being so skilled at karate, that's when that skill shines through. And that's what we see in Lyoto Machida, and that's just very, very unusual.
Black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu is Lyoto Machida as well. Earned that in 2007.
You see, Rashad feels very uncomfortable kicking with him. You can tell.
Well,
does not feel confident with that.
And Joe, like you said, you can try to emulate Machida in camp, but he's a guy you can't emulate. And so Rashad tonight is seeing things coming from different places than he's ever seen them coming from before.
Absolutely, because before Machida was a successful MMA fighter, he was a successful karate fighter. So, you know, I mean, competing at the highest level as a black belt. You know, the level of striking that we see in mixed martial arts does not equal the level of striking that you see in, say, K1 or in professional boxing.
Rashad's in big trouble. He got rocked. Machida looking to finish. Rashad's back up, but he's still in trouble. Machida teeing off.
He's hurt very badly, Mike.
Rashad trying to regain his consciousness. That what he took in the body. Oh, another shot.
He's getting teed off on.
He's down.
That's it. He's out.
And it is all over.
He's out.
Lyoto Machida is the new UFC light heavyweight champion.
Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Machida era. And here's the straight left hand, excuse me. And this is the end of the fight. Rashad gamely hanging on, badly hurt though, and that last shot just puts him out. You see that right hand, and then another one. Badly hurt, gamely hanging in there, but that final left just shuts the lights out.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Mario Yamasaki has called an end to this contest, which came to an end at 3 minutes 57 seconds of round number 2. For the winner by knockout and new UFC light heavyweight champion of the world, Lyoto, the Dragon Machida.
Fifth and final round. BJ Penn, Frankie Edgar, UFC lightweight title fight. BJ started with the right, faked it, delivered the left.
Got him, Ken. Take down, look at that.
Wow. And that is the second time Penn has been taken down. That one much more authoritative. But right back up is
And
the prodigy.
maybe the first time at lightweight.
First time in a long time, Joe.
Who else is taking him down at lightweight?
Nobody in over 6 years. He has not been taken down at lightweight in over 6 years.
This is getting very interesting. And
Has not lost at 55 since January 2002.
And another thing, if the judges are looking at BJ's face, he's the one that seems to be a little more busted up. I mean, Frankie's got a couple of scratches on him, but BJ's got welts under his left eye and a little bit under his right, and Frankie's still moving on him.
I'd have been way back
Head kick.
with Jens Pulver. 340 remains in this battle.
Did Pulver take BJ down?
Oh, man.
That's so long ago, I don't remember. But that BJ isn't even related to this BJ.
How true is that?
Yeah, I mean, that was a BJ who was sort of overcome by the moment of fighting for the championship fight. This is a great champion we're seeing here tonight.
I mean, that was over 8 years ago. Man, he snaps that right hand. 310.
Oh, nice leg kick by BJ there.
Ready for a scrap all the time. Truly one of MMA's all-time elite is BJ Penn, but he is being pushed here tonight by Frankie Edgar.
Good right hand by Frankie, look at that.
2 minutes, 30 seconds left in this fight. BJ looking for the head kick. Two minutes. Desperation. Who can leave the impression? Can he get another one? Not that time. BJ Penn able to stuff it. And again, Frankie's got to be careful he doesn't get careless there.
Yeah, he's got to be careful he doesn't run into one of those hammers on the way in. Nice left hook by Frankie.
145 now, Joe.
Like Frankie is winning this final round.
See what BJ does with 135 now.
Nice leg kick.
Good
Very
counter.
nice. I like how he set that up.
Out slick and out speed. That was the game plan coming in. Just over a minute. Jab again.
Frankie Edgar has not lost an ounce of pep in this final round, but BJ has. BJ has considerably slowed down, Mike.
Got the shot to the body nonetheless. 30 seconds remains in the fight. Little 1-3 by Edgar. Connects with the jab. Stuffed again.
He's making him work, though.
The whole 25 minutes, Joe.
Good right hand by BJ. Good knee by BJ.
The hero kick pushing forward.
Look at that.
This title fight will go to the judges' scorecards.
Very, very interesting.
Is Frankie Edgar the new lightweight champion, or has BJ Penn defended?
Well, it was certainly a lot more competitive than people thought it was going to be. And there's the takedown, complete takedown with him on top. And there's Frankie Edgar landing a nice right hand. And there's a nice leg kick, ducks under the left.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 5 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards for a decision. Doug Crosby scores the contest 50-45. Sal D'Amato scores it 48-47. And Andy Roberts scores the contest 49-46 for the winner. And new UFC lightweight champion of the world, Frank the Answer Edgar.
He has done it! Round 3, Shogun and Jones.
Shogun's got to try to find a way to keep this on the feet and land something. On the ground, he has nothing. Jones is just too big, too strong.
Threw the leg kick and got taken down in round 2.
His face is slowly becoming a swollen mess.
Uppercut, followed by the hook. Round 3. Title fight. Just missed with a head kick. Now Shogun.
And again, he dives for those legs.
This is where Shogun can be very dangerous.
Yeah, he almost got him on his back. Isn't it funny? John Jones was almost in a bad position. He's got a Kimura attempt here. Shogun's in a lot of trouble if he can yank that up. It's a man against boys. I mean, this is just the story of every John Jones fight.
Greco-Roman All-American Junior College National Wrestling Champion. Was recruited to wrestle at Iowa State. And he has tossed around some of the finest wrestlers in MMA. Three and a half. Another big shot.
From the guard. Have you ever seen somebody tee off like that with punches?
And the way, again, that he comes with those elbows, Joe, generates so much force, so much torque, comes at so many different angles. Jones with a left hand. That one hurt him, that one opened him.
Brutal elbow.
Big elbows, trying to finish this fight.
Shogun's badly hurt, Mike.
John Jones looking to finish Shogun.
Vicious knee to the body and an uppercut.
Jones to the body. And it is all over. John Jones is the youngest champion in UFC history. Wow.
And it wasn't even a struggle. Shogun is just trying to hang on. But Jones is all over him. Brutal knee to the body. Allows him to stand up and then jumps all over him. Vicious left hook and then a knee. And Herb Dean mercifully rescues Shogun.
He's the leader of the next generation.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Herb Dean has called a stop to this contest at 2 minutes, 37 seconds of round number 3. Declaring the winner by TKO, and now a new UFC light heavyweight champion of the world, John Bones Jones.
And he has been possessed since December 16th, 2010.
You can never count out Frankie Edgar. And Frankie still, you know, he's got such amazing conditioning, Mike.
The one thing they did say in the corner of Edgar was not to catch the kick any longer of Benson Henderson. Look to take it, move, and counter off it. He
can't help
catches the kick anyway. Yeah, exactly.
Good step in right hand, a good counter left.
That's the power, that's the size difference, Joe.
Yeah, it is a huge difference in the impact these guys are having on each other. Obviously, look at the bloodied up face of Frankie Edgar and the flawless face of Benson.
Once the takedown, can't get
Good
it.
uppercut by Edgar.
Did land the uppercut. Less than 4 remain in this fight. Will Edgar defend once again?
Oh, good straight left.
hand. Henderson shakes it off.
Like nothing.
Yep.
And that again is the size difference.
Henderson has never been knocked out as a professional.
Another good right hand by Edgar. Frankie's got his
Trying
back.
to take her back. Henderson right back up. Not out of danger yet, though.
Again, he went for that standing Kimura, and that makes Frankie let go. Every time Frankie gets his back, he grabs that.
Very submission savvy is Benson Henderson. Black belt in Taekwondo, brown belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
Well, he has no weaknesses in his game, Mike. He really doesn't.
I'm just pumped after seeing Pettis get us started, and now this display at 155.
What a division.
How good is this?
The most ridiculous division in the UFC, I think.
Something tells me Pettis and Henderson will fight again someday. But we have a title on the line.
Big right hand by Henderson.
With 2.5 minutes left in the fight first. .215, a slip after the kick. That one blocked. Went southpaw
There's just such
momentarily.
a difference in the impact that Benson's shots have
No question.
than Frankie's, but Frankie lands a lot. He's landing a lot of punches, lands a lot of kicks. They just don't seem to have the effect that Benson's do.
And I would say,
Oh, right when I said that, he dropped him. It may have been a slip. It's tough to tell. Frankie takes the cradle, he looks to try to shake his belt.
right back
Big
up as
body
Henderson,
kick.
though. And I would say the takedowns have been about even, Joe. So is it the number of strikes or the damage done with those strikes? Truly a spectacular lightweight title fight.
Well, you know, judges also looking who's the aggressor, and clearly Benson's controlling the center of the octagon. And then you got to look at the damage. It's tough when you see a guy who's all bloodied up and the other guy doesn't have a scratch on his face. You know, we've said it many, many times that Frankie Edgar is fighting a weight class above where he really should be. But he's just so damn talented, and he's got so much heart. Another powerful kick by Benson.
Less than a minute remains in this title fight.
And another one.
Henderson trying to avoid getting taken down, and he does. Big, powerful, and extremely effective tonight. He has been smooth. Under 30 seconds remains.
He just got those kicks. Every time he catches them, he rebounds with those kicks, but they just don't have the impact.
Championship fight. About to go the distance.
Oh, jumping knee.
Final seconds of this fight. Big shot by Henderson.
A big, big ending for Ben Henderson.
Do we have a new UFC lightweight champion?
There you see, that's the first round where Frankie kept catching those kicks. He got a takedown, and here we go into round 2. Again, catches the kick, but this was one of the most significant moments of the fight, that brutal up kick that devastated Frankie. And there's a beautiful combination by the challenger. Nice knee to the body by the challenger, and here is this guillotine attempt, a very tight one. And here finally, the last round, which ended with Benson on top. And that is a right hand that dropped him. That was a punch. But at the end, a guillotine attempt and Benson on top doing damage when the bell sounded.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 5 rounds, we will go to the judges' scorecards for decision. The judges score this contest 49-46, 48-47, and 49-46 for the winner by unanimous decision and new UFC lightweight champion of the world, Benson Smooth Henderson.
Round 2. Bring it. I like Ray Longo's. Ray Longo saying, punch a hole in his chest. You got to catch him.
Anderson looks like he's having fun in there.
Absolutely. Weidman with more strikes so far. Howell's with some ground and pound.
I'm just shocked that Weidman hasn't attacked. There it is.
There it is.
Anderson stuffed it. Stuffed it. Stuffed it.
That could be very problematic if that's the case.
Remember, the last time we saw Anderson taunt an opponent like this was Damian Maia. And he put on a show for the first few rounds and then completely coasted for the last 2.
Head kick.
A speed difference. Yeah. Wow, he tried a crescent kick on him.
Anderson. Oh, no, he got hit. Look at the finisher. It is all over. Chris Weidman is the UFC middleweight champion.
My goodness. Oh, my goodness.
He has done it.
Wow. Here it is again. Left hook, and he pretends to be hurt, but this one hurts. Boom. On the chin. Anderson's hurt. That one finishes him off. He's out cold. Look at that. There's something you didn't think you'd see. Chris Weidman just knocked Anderson Silva out cold. He got silly. He didn't respect his opponent, and he paid for it with his consciousness. Let's see it again. Boom, on the chin, caught him flat. Both legs parallel. and he has no idea what's going on. He's reaching up for Herb Dean while Chris Weidman celebrates the fact that he is the new UFC champion. Look at this, left hook on the chin, the eyes roll back, and Henderson at this point, if he's aware, realizes he made a huge mistake. Out of all the crazy things we've seen inside the octagon, that might be the craziest.
I am still in shock and disbelief that it was ended by a knockout for Chris Weidman, who is the new UFC middleweight champion of the world.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Herb Dean has called a stop to this contest at 1 minute, 18 seconds of the second round. Declaring the winner and new UFC middleweight champion of the world, Chris Weidman!
Ronda Rousey, Alexis Davis for the Women's Bantamweight Championship.
Are you ready? You ready? Fight!
We are underway. Tonight's clock is brought to you by Bud Light. Here we go.
Good jab right away by Davis. Good
And
overhead right by Ronda.
And a big throwdown.
Right
Can
away.
she do it right here?
That's
And it's all over. Just like that. Are you kidding me?
Wow, she doesn't even know what's going on. She's fighting Eve Levine. This is crazy. She's so adamant she's fighting Eve Levine. She doesn't know what's happening.
The fight is over. The fight is over.
Huge right hand started it all.
Wow, that is crazy.
Big right hand early.
Knee, hip toss. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Her arm relaxed and went limp, and that's when Eve Levine decided to stop it. Let's see it one more time. Look at this beautiful technique. I mean, my God. And when she comes down on you, it's all her weight on top of you with the momentum of the throw, and then the beatings come. 1, 2, I mean, over and over again, right to Alexis Davis's face. 3, now look at the arm go limp. Over and over again, these punches land. Eve Levine gets into position, and we see these punches land, and
Joe,
somewhere along the line, the arm gave out.
Joe, let's take a look at it. The 16 seconds that she was in the octagon. Right hand, a knee.
Alexis landed a good jab there. There was a right hand that rocked her, and there's the toss. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. See that arm go limp? When that arm went limp, that is when Eve Levine stopped the fight.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Eve Levine has called a stop to this contest at 16 seconds of the very first round, declaring the winner by knockout and still the UFC undisputed women's bantamweight champion of the world, Rowdy Ronda Rousey.
She's spectacular. The most highly anticipated featherweight fight of all time.
Conor looks extremely loose, and Aldo looks like he's feeling the pressure of this moment.
Here we go! Green trunks for the southpaw, the notorious Conor McGregor. Black trunks for the champion, Jose Aldo Jr.
Conor relaxed and smiling. Oh! She slapped him!
Like that! Conor McGregor is the new UFC featherweight champion of the world!
Oh, unbelievable! Oh my God! Unbelievable! The first punch he threw slept him.
Wow! Boom!
Boom. It was a straight left, and Aldo connected with a left right afterwards, and he connected as he was getting knocked out. Look at that. Boom. and then hammer fist, out cold. And that's it. That's incredible. One more look at it. Boom. Left hand, out cold, hammer fist. Incredible that he connected with a punch as his brain was shutting off.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee John McCarthy's called a stop to this contest at 13 seconds of the very first round, declaring the winner by knockout and new undisputed UFC featherweight champion of the world, the notorious Conor McGregor.
Here we go! Tonight's Fight Clock brought to you by Bud Light. Raise one to right now. Nunes in the Brazilian colors. Black shorts and top for Miocic Tate.
Nunes is a very difficult opponent. She has very fast, very powerful strikes. There's a nice leg kick. And on the ground, she has a very high-level Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt. She's very slick on the ground, very strong. So it's going to be interesting to see what kind of strategy Miocic Tate employs.
Outstanding striker, Amanda Nunes. We talked a bit about all the stoppages. She has ended 11 of her 12 wins. 9 of those, Joe, by knockout.
She's got a lot of snap to her punches and kicks. Explodes, moves in very quickly. If there has been any critique of her in the past, it's been that she tends to fade in the later rounds. And there's a takedown by Miocic Tate, and Nunes scrambles to her feet. Tate holds on to the single.
And she's out. Whoa. Nunes started training in karate at age 7. Misha started wrestling at a young age. And she utilized those 2 takedowns to earn the belt that she so desperately desired for so many years against Holly Holm.
Another thing to take into consideration is how many times Miocic Tate has fought 5 rounds. Miocic Tate has been there, done that, and this will be a new experience in a championship fight for Amanda Nunes.
Very first career title fight, first 5-round fight for Amanda Nunes, Joe.
Amanda Nunes just missed an illegal knee. And Miocic was still down.
Oh,
nice jab
with that
nice
jab.
Right hand.
And
another nice
right
hand. She stunned her with that one, Mike.
Absolutely.
Oh, nice jab. Beautiful jab by Amanda. And this is what we're talking about with her striking. Snap. Beautiful speed. Oh, nice right hand.
Again, combination.
Miociac's in trouble, Mike. She's in trouble.
Nunes. She slipped, but still delivers. Misha is retreating.
She got tagged. Yeah. She got hurt bad.
Oh my, she's down.
She's in big trouble.
Trying to finish her here.
Misha's trying to gut it out, but she's in trouble, Mike.
And
she needs a knee. And plenty of time to go here. 2:20 on the clock.
More punishment. Miocic Tate is busted up. And Amanda Nunes.
A lot of blood, Mike.
Feels the belt around her waist.
Amanda's got her back here. Miociac's got to use really good defense here, but this might be the best thing for her. She needs a hammer fist, though.
Big shots by the Lioness. Huge first round for the Brazilian.
She's got her back. She's got one hook in.
Trying to finish Misha.
She's got the choke.
It is all over! Amanda Nunes is the first female Brazilian UFC champion!
Wow. Unbelievable. What a dominant victory by Amanda Nunes. She busted Miocic Tate up and finished her off and barely took any damage in the process. It was a beautiful performance by Amanda. Boom, look at that right hand. Stunned her with that. Nunes moves in for the kill. There's another right hand, and Miocic was on full survival mode here. And Amanda just sticking her with that jab, right hand over the top. Had her in all sorts of trouble here, just busting her up. Miocic's legs gave out, and now Amanda takes her back, sinks that arm under the chin, and that, ladies and gentlemen, is a wrap. We have a new women's bantamweight champion. Spectacular performance by Amanda Nunes.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Herb Dean has called a stop to this contest at 3 minutes, 16 seconds of the very first round, declaring the winner by submission due to a rear naked choke, and new undisputed UFC bantamweight champion of the world, Amanda the Lioness Nunes.
But since the Horiguchi fight, the Joseph Benavidez, I mean, pretty much everybody. Moraga, he finishes everybody now. Can he finish Ray Borg? That's the question.
No one has before.
And Ray Borg, hats off to Ray Borg, because at the beginning of every round when he's on his feet fighting, he really is letting everything fly and trying to find a way to still win this fight. 20 minutes in, down on the scorecards, he's still fighting with intensity, with intent to win, because as soon as DJ goes to attack him, he tries to choke him. This kid's not giving up on himself.
He's very, very game. He's just outmatched. But as you said many times before, DC, he's getting the rub. And I bet we're going to see a better Ray Borg after this fight.
I don't like when DJ looks at me whenever he's fighting. He's like looking at me and like smiling and making weird faces, and it's intimidating me, Joe. I don't want to look at him. It's like now I can't watch the fight. I'm looking down at the table.
He's a little too relaxed.
Oh.
He's just so aware in
but
there.
Still doing his thing.
Yeah, and just beating Ray Borg senseless here. On top of him, controlling the position, shots to the body here, another knee to the body, and looking to step over it. Look at this, Ray Borg, though, grabbing hold of that leg. Let's see if he can complete it. Ray Borg still game,
just
very
limp
game.
Leg,
kick
limp
to the
leg
body.
by DJ to come out. And now Borg, again, like I said, Borg, man, he's in there to win the fight.
Absolutely, just not giving up at all. Look at him, swinging hard, and DJ takes him down once more. Steps over, got to step over completely.
3.5 minutes now to go. But Borg has been closing the distance, choosing to wrestle and grapple as opposed to trying to strike. Certainly hasn't had much success on the feet while they've been there. 136-13 now in terms of the total strikes for Demetrious Johnson.
That's insane. I mean, that number's crazy.
Right? Like, we've got to be approaching some sort of record for least amount of strikes.
Look at this, full mount.
Over 5 rounds.
And he's got the neck. Ray Borg he's straining to get up instead of using technique, and that's how you get caught. When you just explode and use all your muscles and your strength to try to get up. Look at that scramble, though. You gotta love this kid. You gotta love Ray Borg. You really do. I mean, because outclassed, outmatched, and not an ounce of give up in him.
No quit in him.
And certainly from a conditioning standpoint, he's been rendered defensive for most of this fight, but he put himself in position.
Yes.
To go 5 hard with DJ.
Yeah, I mean, he's taken ruthless shots to the body. He's been beaten up. He's taken over 100 shots in this fight, and yet he's still in tremendous shape here in the 5th and final round against the best ever.
And if DJ can't get him out of there, you wonder what it's going to take to finish a guy like Ray Borg. Just over 2 minutes now to go.
Yeah, in many ways, if he can get through this next 2 minutes, it'll be a moral victory for him.
How many guys would just lay there? Oh,
whoa!
Oh!
He threw him right into an armbar. Phenomenal!
Oh my goodness!
Oh my God!
No! Oh my God!
Look at Ray Borg.
Ray Borg doesn't want to give up.
Is a savage.
Unbelievable. Borg refusing to.
Oh,
there it is!
Oh my
Demetrious Johnson.
Who's better?
Holy
Who's better?
Smoke.
Who's better? Who's better?
Nobody.
Ever? Nobody.
Wow.
We are all witnesses tonight as Demetrious Johnson enters rarefied air, 11 consecutive title defenses.
And getting better. He's better than he's ever been. Look, he throws him through the air, catches the arm while he's on his way down, and traps the armbar.
At this point, you're just messing around. At this point, you're just showing off. Hey, Joe, at this point, you're just showing off. It looked like he was going to suplex him. Right? Looked like he was going to suplex him, slammed him back to the mat with a mat return right into an armbar. And look at Ray Borg. He doesn't want to quit. He's just stuck.
Quit. Ray Borg's an animal. I mean, all praise to Ray Borg, because really, but look at that. I mean, in the air, transitions to an armbar. Who does that?
Show off.
Here it is in real time.
Look at how fast. The only person I can do this to is maybe John. John, there's a weight difference. I don't know if you know jiu-jitsu much. You miss a lot of your classes. If I'm going to do this to anybody, it's Anik. DJ just did it in a championship fight at the highest level of mixed martial arts. Unbelievable. I mean, most guys aren't even willing to try anything like that, John.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Dan Mergliano has called a stop to this contest at 3 minutes, 15 seconds of round number 5. Declaring the winner by submission due to an armbar, and still the undisputed UFC flyweight champion of the world, Demetrius Mighty Mouse Johnson.
The action begins right now. Tonight's Fight Clock brought to you by Modelo Especial, brewed with a fighting spirit since 1925. Cormier in the white, Stipe in the black and gold, befitting a champion. Appears to be a pro-Stipe crowd here tonight. Miocic trying to close the distance here early.
And there's the clinch DC's going to look for. There's the clinch. He wants the clinch right when you see Stipe start throwing combos. Watch DC look for underhooks and to break the posture of Stipe.
Nice low kick by Daniel. Stipe has been landing a couple of hard chops. Ooh, big right hand by Daniel.
First clinch situation here, Dom.
Yeah, and it's because DC, notice how DC gives the underhook because he wants Stipe to grab him. He'd rather get in these types of scenarios early than be punching back and forth with Stipe. Create a wrestling match. That's where DC's comfortable. And Stipe looks very strong. This looks much stronger right here.
He's landing some big punches, too.
The height is a real problem when you're giving up underhooks. So you see how DC has the overhook here. He's lifting, Stipe can lift DC right off the mat because of the height difference. So DC's the one who needs the underhooks. He's gonna win in these scenarios here.
Cormier had some issues early on in training camp with the extra weight, but felt as good as he's ever felt towards the end of camp in terms of his sparring. Rabbit punches here from Cormier. Miocic controlling his right wrist here. 2 minutes gone by, round 1 of a possible 5.
That's some tremendous strength to be able to hold on to DC's hand like that. And that might be shocking for DC. This is a real heavyweight.
Looked like DC landed a right hand on that ear. Stiff jab is there for Cormier.
You immediately could tell the size difference. When they grab each other. That's where you could tell the most. And that's what I was saying. When you're grappling, this weight difference is huge.
Oh, nice knee from Stipe.
Stipe's hitting him with some really good shots. And these are probably some punches, other than Rumble Johnson, probably some of the hardest shots he's ever felt. Nice knee to the body there.
Looks like some swelling under the right eye of Stipe.
And something that DC's coaches were all saying is he's hitting harder. The weight is making him knock people out more. We don't want to talk about it, but he really is knocking everybody out. So let's see, I mean, if the power really translates for him. It looks like it is. He's already got Stipe a little bit cut in that eye from the jab and the uppercuts that he's throwing once he breaks the posture of Stipe in that clinch. Ooh, nice hook by Stipe.
Looked like maybe an elbow from Miocic. Nice combination from the chin.
And that's what I'm talking about. Stipe throws combinations. There's not a lot of heavyweights that throw combos like that.
Oh, he stunned him with that jab. DC pops him a couple of times.
Already been more punches thrown.
Big 1-2 from Cormier.
So he's still doing that lean, Cormier, but he doesn't got to worry about a southpaw left high kick coming up to his face, so it's not even a threat.
Oh, it looked like something caught Miocic in the eye.
We'll have the production try to isolate that, folks, to see what it was. I didn't catch it.
Daniel, come here.
Here we go. They've got it. They're on the
Listen,
ball.
my friend. I need
Let's
you to
take a look
clean
at
up.
it.
I've already said 3 times, keep the hands closed. I know it's difficult when you're coming together.
Yeah.
I need the hands
That's
closed,
like
okay?
Kung
Keep
Fu
them
theater.
closed. Come back in. Climb in. Let's go.
So a stern warning for Mark Goddard,
Keep
who
the
said to
hand
DC
closed.
he's already warned him 3 times.
Close the hand, Daniel.
And there's another warning for Mark Goddard. So we'll see if DC can break that habit here. 1 minute to go in round 1.
That was horrible. There's a switch kick to the body by DC. Oh, nice low kick by the champion. And that's something you don't see a lot from Stipe. Stipe does not throw a lot of kicks, primarily boxing-based.
Miocic landed a significant right hand there.
Already more strikes landed and thrown during the entire Derek Lewis-Francis Ngannou fight. Oh, look at that, 1-2 by DC.
And then he clinches. Exactly what you got to do. Oh, he hurt him! He got it done! He got it done!
Daniel Cormier is the UFC heavyweight champion!
Oh, man, that is history, ladies and gentlemen. You'll never see it again.
Look at Stipe kick. He just stood up, but he's still hurt.
Yep.
One of the greatest of all time, Daniel Cormier. Unprecedented, rarefied air.
They're in the clinch. He breaks free. Bam! On the chin. Stipe goes down. Boom, boom, boom. Out cold. Crazy. Look at this again. They're in the clinch. DC lands a perfect right hand. The legs go out. Boom!
And right here, this is what it's about. Clinching at the right time and then dirty boxing at the right time to nullify the height and the power of Stipe from distance. That's what Cormier had to do. He had to choose the right time to box at distance with combinations and then close in the gap. As we see him grab to the clinch, and now he dirty boxes right as he breaks away. It creates opportunities for him. Boom! Overhand right in the clinch, which is basically one of his staples. He got a good overhand right, but you see the power is serious in Daniel Cormier at this weight class. He's a true heavyweight.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Mark Goddard has called a stop to this contest at 4 minutes, 33 seconds of the very first round, declaring the winner by knockout and new undisputed UFC heavyweight champion of the world, Daniel DC Cormier.
Second round underway now. We'll see the extent to which Robert Whittaker is compromised after a big moment for the last style bender to close round 1.
It's because he's lunging in there. He's not taking his time. I think he watched Gastelum and saw the good that Gastelum was doing. But you got to remember, Gastelum took a lot of damage fighting in that style against Adesanya.
Stiff jab from Whittaker, backs Adesanya up, and now a right hand from Bobby Knuckles. How about the dexterity, the head movement for Israel Adesanya? Beautiful to watch.
Adesanya's looking to counter with hooks whenever Robert Whittaker is engaging. Look at that. He's throwing the right hook when he stance switches, or he's throwing that left hook.
Beautiful jab from the last style bender.
He's got Rob chasing him, and he's just sliding out of range. Not going far away from Whittaker, but just enough to reestablish him taking the center of the octagon. I love that about Adesanya's fighting style. He will evade, but right away get back on the offense. Hurt him again with that hook. Yep. It's that right hook counter. Every time Robert jumps in there, that right hook counter is landing beautiful.
Oh, head kick, partially blocked.
But I mean, that one still landed though. He's got Whittaker hurt.
2 minutes have gone by here in round 2, and if you know Adesanya, you know he's not going to force the finish. Oh, beautiful body work now from Adesanya.
He's starting to feel himself now. He's starting to get into his flow. That is not good for Robert Whittaker.
Now Whittaker with a pretty good combination, not a ton of sting on it.
Well, Israel's rolling there, so nothing's landing completely clean.
Adesanya effectively attacks that lead leg of Robert Whittaker now. Left hook is there for the Reaper. Whittaker dealing with some blood coming out of that nose, goes high with the kick. Adesanya easily backs up out of harm's way. Now Whittaker goes high with the kick and lands. Pretty good right-hand counter there from Whittaker.
The quickness of Adesanya to evade these high kicks. Hands down, just leaning back out of the range of those kicks. He's got to be very careful.
Oh! Whittaker nearly out on his feet. Adesanya trying to close it out. Israel Adesanya is the undisputed king of the middleweights.
Man, every time Rob jumped in there, he was taking damage. And look what happened. Went in there again, caught that right hook counter again by Adesanya. He landed it over and over again.
Less than 2 years into his UFC career, Israel Adesanya is what he knew and thought he was, the best middleweight on planet Earth.
And here it is. Look at that. It's just the counters over and over when they were going in and exchanging. Izzy kept landing those strikes. Go to the beginning, at the end of the first round, left hook counter. Again, Robert feels comfortable. They're throwing. Izzy lands. Look. Boom! Left hook right on the chin as he's leaning back. Hurts Whittaker. Jumps on him for the finish. What a performance by the last stylebender.
And I would say a star is born, but this star was born a long time ago. But Israel Adesanya, who has captivated the MMA masses every step of the way, certainly reels in a big one tonight.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Mark Goddard has called a stop to this contest at 3 minutes, 33 seconds of round number 2. Declaring the winner by knockout, and now the undisputed UFC middleweight champion of the world, the last style bender, Israel Adesanya.
Intense feeling here in the Flash Forum. This fight is brought to you by the US Army. Figueiredo, if you needed remindings, in the yellow, Benavidez in the black. Remember last time around, Benavidez won the first round on all 3 judges' scorecards. Let's see how this one goes.
Yeah, in the first round, Joe did a great job closing the distance, landing 2-3 punches at a time. The only thing is he was leading with his head. And I don't know if that was a contributing factor to them clashing heads. Joe will tell you that it wasn't. But he did look good in the first round. Davison locked up an armbar. Joe expertly escaped.
Oof, that was quick.
But it was really high-level, fast-paced stuff in the first fight.
Oh my God! He's caught him!
Wow! Early on.
Joe's hurt.
Trying to hang on. Massive right hook sat Joe down there.
Delayed reaction too, Mike.
Very delayed reaction, and I didn't like what I saw, the way he fell. He seems to have recovered.
Oh, massive elbow.
Big elbow.
And again.
Joe gives up his bad. This is bad.
He's giving up the choke here.
He's on.
Figueiredo's got the choke. That's it.
I don't know. If anyone can escape this, is Joe.
He's got to try to push
Anybody
that elbow up.
can
He's
escape.
out. Wow. No way.
Incredible. Joe's trying to recover those still. You see the look in the eyes.
Oh,
He's
man,
still
that's
confused.
tighter, Mike.
He's going to fight those hands like his life depended on it. And he's almost separated the grip. He's breathing. You can see the chest.
Yeah, and it's super dry right now. Here for Benavidez.
I mean, talk about a great start for Figueiredo. Man, it doesn't get better than that. Dropped him clean, almost choked him out.
My word, you've got both sets of fans for Figueiredo and Benavidez on the edges of their seats right now. It goes to a short
That's
jump.
under the chin.
That's there.
That's tight.
Joe's How is he surviving this? Excellent defense from Joseph Benavidez. He is drawing down on all of that experience.
He's got to fight these hooks.
Years.
He's got to fight these hooks. He can't let Figueiredo hold him there. Now, all right, now's a moment where Joe can kind of clear his head for a second. There he goes. He's recognizing and trying to fight the hands here. He's back up to his feet.
Yes.
Nice work from Benavidez here.
Because you got to remember, he got dropped there. There must have been a flash knockout, and then before you know it, he's got Davison. After nearly knocking him out unconscious, trying to choke him out. He did a tremendous job in defending the choke, buying a little time, and now he's back on his feet. Let's see what he can do, Borg.
Figueiredo is a powerhouse at 125 pounds.
I think he's a powerhouse at 135 pounds as well.
He has a powerhouse generally.
Natural power and accuracy. He really does have a full arsenal of weapons at his disposal.
That's nice. Good work there. 4-punch combo, 2 punches found the target.
It's going to be swimming upstream here in round number 1 for Joe Benavidez.
But Davison's going to be just brimming with confidence now. As we know, he knocked him out in the first round, and in the first fight, pardon me. And in the second fight...
Oh, he's put him on his backside again.
But Joe has been hurt.
He's bounced
Two
right
bad
back
times
up.
now.
As I say, if you're Davison, he knows. Every time he connects, he's putting him down.
Another big right hand
And he's so
from
relaxed,
the Brazilian.
just slipping out of the way of all these shots of Benavidez.
He seems to have recovered, though. He's using feints. He's certainly got his wits about him. That's nice work.
Benavidez does a great job of countering with combinations, not just single strikes. He leaps in with a big body shot.
Got to be careful leading to the body like that. When you run in from a distance and lead to the body, of course, if your hands go into the body, the face is wide open for a counter shot.
Oh, again, that's a third knockdown of the opening round.
Get out of there!
And Figueiredo smells blood once again. Elbow is being dropped.
This is heavy work.
He's mounted. This is a terrible spot for Benavidez, and Davison taking full advantage of this. That's the third knockdown. Was that a...
It looked like he went for a headbutt.
Oh, I don't think the chin again, looking for the submission. Joseph Benavidez has not been
That's it. Look at the torque that Benavidez...
He's never been submitted.
He's unconscious, referee.
Oh, he's out.
He's out. He's out. Davison Figueiredo is the new flyweight champion of the world.
This is the first knockdown. Right hook, right on the top of the head, near the temple. Puts him down. Joe survives it. Another... This is the same knockdown. And he couldn't get the job done. Joe's trying to survive on the ground, and big elbows. That's to the back of the head, unfortunately, but not on purpose at all. And then here's the first attempt at this rear naked choke from Davison. He couldn't quite get it, and credit to Joe Benavidez for fighting tooth and nail to get out of that one. But look at this right hook as Joe reaches out to parry over the top. Big right hook, drops him, still with it. But then this ground and pound was just vicious from Figueiredo. He was non-stop, elbows, punches, and ultimately Joe gave up his back. I'm sure we'll see that soon. And he put him to sleep. Here's the final finish, and look how tight that rear. Look at the extension, right? This is textbook. Extend your opponent, make him stretch out, and Joe's trying to fight it, but he goes to sleep. He's still moving, so the ref doesn't notice it right away.
Ladies and gentlemen, the end comes officially. 4 minutes, 48 seconds, round number 1. Technical submission by rear naked choke for your winner. And now, the new UFC flyweight champion of the world, Davison, the Guerra Figueiredo.
Going down to the body with that jab. That jab is going to pay its dividends later on in the fight. Also, too, that's also set up the right hand for him. But be careful with the leg kicks of Masvidal. Usman doesn't have a lot of meat around them legs. He's going to try to use that to set up some shots later on in the fight. So watch the leg kicks from Masvidal.
Thank you, Dean. You saw the live odds there a moment ago, a little bit closer than they were at the start of the fight. In terms of those low leg kicks, a lot of fighters say it's just toughness. It doesn't have to do with genetics necessarily, but you don't want to take too many more of those.
Even watching Masvidal in the first round, right? Masvidal didn't have to rush like he did in the first fight because he had to empty the tank in round one because he knew he only had a round of cardio. This time he was able to fight through round one, and he still feels good and confident starting round two.
And of all the superlatives...
Oh my goodness!
Oh my goodness! Usman's right hand is ridiculous. He's got the ball in with it. Holy smoke!
Oh my goodness!
Closed. He won.
That was insane. Here it is. Oh my God! Oh my God! That is so perfect.
Oh my goodness! Hey, when
it's literally the perfect right hand. And look, he is out completely cold. There's no question whatsoever what happened. Look at that. Look at how limp he is when he goes down.
Whole body went limp.
Perfect punch. He tried to wake up. Look, watch. After it hits, boom! Look at, he's out cold. Look, you see him try to get up. He's trying here.
Hammer fist
and
got
the hammer fist shut the lights out for good.
You know,
insane.
You know, John said, Kamaru said he wants to show a better version. Guess what? Johnny's better. And boy, that's a scary thought.
It doesn't get better.
That's a scary thought.
How can you get better?
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Herb Dean has called a stop to this contest at 1 minute, 2 seconds of round number 2. Declaring the winner by knockout and still the undisputed UFC welterweight champion of the world, Kamaru, the Nigerian Nightmare, Usman.
Adesanya 5 minutes away from remaining the UFC standard at 185 pounds. 5th and final round.
It seems like we're looking at 3-1 pretty comfortably for the champion. But the danger is still there with this guy.
Oh, nice left to the body. And now he knows he doesn't have to fight another round after this. He can empty the tank.
Yeah, he's gonna fight hard.
Yep, Pereira got that right hand through.
Pereira can land when he throws. He just has not been able to keep up the pace of Adesanya.
And of course, there's always that inherent risk. The more offense you throw, the more likely you are to get countered.
And caught in the clinch, right? So every time he gets here, long periods of time of passing.
Kamaru Usman certainly didn't sit on his lead against Leon Edwards. Big leg kick for Pereira, backs Adesanya.
No, it was a check.
That was a check.
He checked the kick, and it hurt Izzy's leg.
He checked the kick, and it hurt the champion's leg. Oh, no, he tripped himself.
Yeah, so just sort of a wayward step or so, it appeared, by Adesanya.
Yeah, that's all it is. He looks fine in his motions.
He does.
Pereira's had his most success to the body tonight.
Oh!
He hurt that left hook!
He hurt him bad!
Oh, and now a right! Adesanya's on one way, that's 2 more! Down goes the champion! Pereira trying to close the show! That'll do it!
He did it! He did it again!
Alex Pereira, the undisputed middleweight champion!
Oh my
I don't
goodness!
believe it!
He did it again!
Oh my goodness!
He did it again!
He did it Izzy's against the cage. He pops him with the jab, the right hand.
Yeah, it was the right hand.
It stung him a little bit, and then the uppercut. The uppercut stung him. That's the left hook.
The left hook again.
And then another one. And then that right hand. He's in big trouble there. And then again.
Joe. I mean, he was hurt bad. You could have stopped this a long time ago. Mark Goddard gave him a ton of time.
He gave him all the time, but look, he's not even looking. Oh, my goodness.
Adesanya, though, with an immediate protest.
Yeah, I mean, he's a champion. I can see why he's protesting.
Joe, look how short that hook is.
Oh,
look at how short that left hook is.
That power is beautiful.
This dude is crazy.
Look, there's no doubt he was in deep, deep trouble. Could you make the argument that you should put the champ out? Maybe.
Oh, my goodness.
But the way he's moving, it looked like he was gone.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Mark Goddard has called a stop to this contest at 2 minutes, 1 second of the 5th round. Declaring the winner by TKO and new UFC undisputed middleweight champion of the world, Alex Pereira.
And with that, the UFC Lightweight Championship is underway. Volkanovski is in the green, Makhachev in the black and gold, befitting a champion. Inside leg kick early for Makhachev.
Expect Islam to be a little more measured. I think the idea that he was going to finish Volkanovski made him start a little faster than he normally does. Volk said that he wants to get out of here quick. He feels like he can fight 25 minutes if he needs to, but he would prefer to be in and out.
Volkanovski has proven to be a master at making in-fight adjustments, and his appetite for doing that strategically in training and in fight.
Fight
it's
IQ,
unprecedented,
man. Fight IQ at another level, Jay.
Head kick got home, or so it appeared for Makhachev.
Islam had a lot of success with his left kick in that first fight. That was the first shot.
Yeah, you heard Volk say, right away.
Volkanovski's defensive wrestling was a big factor in that first fight. But Makhachev's striking defense was outstanding.
This is smart for Makhachev. Getting in there, making Volkanovski scramble, because that's where someone gets tired.
Yeah,
right? They can stand and trade, but when you wrestle, when you make them scramble, and in those transitions is when you can fatigue a guy. Volk did a great job of changing the position, and now he has Islam pushed against the octagon side.
Volk looking for some trips here, too, up against the fence.
I'm watching, Alex. Concentrate on the fight. He's on your wrist. He's on your wrist.
Ooh. Oh, that's setting me up the middle there from Islam. Oh, Makhachev so strong with that tie clinch.
And he came having trouble shaking that off.
Just the strength of Makhachev was giving Volkanovski problems, but Volk did the right thing by leading with his hips to try to kill that tie clinch.
Yeah, it's almost good to even just level change into a shot, because some blood in there somewhere, guys.
Makhachev has landed some really good kicks this round.
Yes, he has. Volkanovski has yet to land a significant strike on 3 attempts. Big connection by Makhachev, shaken off by Volk. Well, I suppose if any fighter could weaponize pace and cardio without a training camp, it would be Volkanovski, but that does figure to be a tough proposition. Oh! Kick from Makhachev! Huge moment in round 1! That'll do it! And still, and with style points, Islam Makhachev is the man!
John, I mentioned how he was doing really well with that left kick in the first fight, and that this potentially could be a major weapon for him, being the taller fighter and having a good kick to begin with. I mean, and Islam set this up beautifully. He was going to the body. He went to the inside leg kick as well. And that right hand is up high. It's in the right place. He just goes right over top of it. Bam! Right off the temple. Splits the eyebrow open. And Volkanovski did his best to even try to get back in here, but just eating these hammer fists. Unreal performance. Oof. Look at that. And there's nothing else to be said.
Well, it's hard to watch Volk here digest this defeat shortly thereafter. Nice job by Mark Goddard on the stoppage, but Islam Makhachev reigns supreme at 155 pounds. Charles Oliveira and everybody else watching intently, but this is how you close out this rivalry, Paulie.
Oh, yeah, that's it. It's the end of it.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Mark Goddard has called a stop to this contest at 3 minutes, 6 seconds of the very first round. Declaring the winner by knockout, and still the undisputed UFC lightweight champion of the world, Islam Makhachev.
The championship rounds are upon us. Alex Pereira seemingly has more in the tank. We'll see if Khalil Roundtree Jr. can get those hands going. 10 minutes to decide.
I love the corner to John Wood. Told him, get some respect. He's going to come hard. He thinks that if he extends his combinations, the third shot will get to Pereira. Now he's kicking. Ooh, beautiful jab.
Khalil's attacking. Oh, nice inside low kick, but a good front kick to the body by Alex. And they're exchanging punches here in the center. It seemed like at the end of the third, Alex is starting to break him down.
Yeah, he was starting to melt him a little bit.
Especially towards the end of the round.
And it seemed like in that third round, there was more of those shots to the body. Because Khalil's a southpaw, he can't jab as effectively as he normally does, so he can't go to the body with that jab. He needs to use the front kick up the middle to get to Roundtree. For Khalil, he's got to do what Coach said. Extend those combinations. Try to get to this guy.
And that lead leg of Roundtree Jr. starting to look increasingly mangled. There's another touch by Pereira.
Oh!
He's hurt him to the body with that
was
front
a
kick.
big jab. Roundtree's eyes just went wide.
There it is again.
And now Roundtree Jr., big-time reactions.
Look at his right eye, man. Oh, it's beat up.
It is each one of those, like, getting hit in the head with a telephone pole.
He's putting it right on that right eye, too, every time. And it's swelling with every shot. Oh.
We just isolated in our monitor a jab that caused that reaction from DC. That was nasty.
Beautiful jab there by the champ.
And here's for everybody else. Oh.
Oh!
He hurt him.
He hurt him. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness.
Nice right hand from Pereira. And another one, now a knee. Roundtree Jr. throws back, but looks like he's on the ropes.
He's hurt real bad.
Those punches busted him up, but he's still dangerous, Joe.
Roundtree Jr. largely unrecognizable.
Oh my goodness, is that right? Is that right eye?
Something's flapping.
Yeah, it's just cut wide open.
Oh my goodness.
Left hook from Poatan.
This is where Roundtree can punch, though. Pereira's got his hands low, and he's in close now. I mean, he is busted up. Oh, my goodness.
Oh, that left eye, right eye, excuse me, is just devastating.
Roundtree Jr. retreats. Poatan sensing the finish under 2 to go, round 4.
Khalil is a master blow.
Oh, my goodness. He is battered.
He can't move well.
He is battered.
He's battered and he's exhausted.
Oh my goodness.
He's just taking shots now.
Pereira picking his spots wisely. We'll see if Roundtree Jr. can survive the round.
You got to see if Pereira should go to the body. But he's got Roundtree stuck on it.
He should go to the high kick. I mean, Khalil's a sitting duck.
Oh, nice right hand from Pereira, follows it up with a left. Oh, now a connection from Khalil. Oh, uppercut.
My goodness. This is crazy. Look at the blood on Khalil Roundtree.
He's doing his best to try to stay in there, but he's broken.
Yeah, he's beaten down, man.
Nice angle on the knee by Pereira.
Oh, knee up the middle.
Oh, this could be the beginning of the end. Roundtree Jr. hanging tough, throwing back.
Fighting. Oh my goodness.
What hard.
What hard.
What hard, but he just doesn't have much left.
Oh, there it is.
Body
shot.
Body shot.
Right?
That'll do it.
Body.
That will indeed do it. And still, Alex Pereira reigns supreme.
Wow.
Shama.
I mean, what a champion that guy is.
I mean,
there's blood all over the table in front of John Anik.
Oh, look at my
your
phone.
notes.
Boom, that right hand down the pipe, John. Khalil starts to reach because Khalil's a fighter. Alex with another right hand over the top. I mean, he's got him hurt so bad. Roundtree's just not willing to give up. Right hand wraps. Jab. Hurts Roundtree. Pereira gets back forward after him. Another left, a right uppercut. Everything he's hitting him with at this point is just is dire. And then watch this. Uppercut. Hurts Roundtree. And then Pereira just goes down low. Right here. Punch. Boom.
Oh.
Boom. That's it. Roundtree's like, that's it.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Mark Goddard has called a stop to this contest at 4 minutes, 32 seconds of round number 4. Declaring the winner by TKO and still the undisputed UFC light heavyweight champion of the world,